Now that we've gone over our operating systems and sprayed out of the wand and sprayed out of the spray bar, we're going to go to the next operation on our chart, letter G, clean air. We're now going to cut off the flow of material coming from the main tank. Valve 1 will be off. Valve 1 is off. No new material can now come into the system. Valve 2 will be off as well. Valve 3 will be open. This is our clean air valve. 2 is closed. 3, we take the cam lock off. We open 3. We hear a shot of air go through the system. Brings clean air into the system through the strainer basket via valve 4, open. Follows it into the pump, pumping clean air, getting any residual material out of the lines, up through the pump, passing through the pipe through the tank, coming to the rear manifold. Clean air comes through. We want to clean out the wand. We have valve 5 open. Clean air gets all that residual material out of the wand. We want to clean out the spray bar. We have valve 6 open. Valve 8 will also be opened, and it's just like the solvent recirculation and material recirculation, except you're using clean air. So we'll turn 9 off, we'll turn 10 on, and now we're passing clean air through all the components which we used. This is recommended to do directly after you're done using that component. Once you're done spraying out of the spray bar and you're no longer going to use the spray bar, you need to immediately clean it with clean air and then put solvent into it and let it soak. The same goes for the spray wand. So if you're getting confused by all the valves I just turned on and off, all we're doing, we're bringing something from the front. The whole front side is suction. So we're sucking in clean air and it's bringing it back to the rear manifold. Now we're just directing that clean air wherever we want it to go. So if we want all the material that's in all this plumbing and this manifold and in this hose and in the spray bar and all this material, gallons of material that this holds, all we're going to do is open up 6, we're going to open up 8, we're going to open up 10, and all that clean air is going to follow the same route as the material did when we were recirculating material. It's just we're not recirculating material now, we're recirculating air. We're pushing all the material back into the tank. Coming into the manifold, off. This is off, nowhere to go. It comes up here. Up top is off, that's nowhere to go. So it's got to go this way. It's going to follow 6. It's going to come off to the left because it's got nowhere to go here on valve 7 until it gets around to the other hose. So it's going to follow this route. It's going to come down along. We're pushing air, cleaning out the spray bar. It's coming up the other hose into the plumbing. It's bypassing valve 7 because valve 7 is closed. Taking a left, it's coming into the plumbing, back to the manifold, going across 8, which is open, and allowing it to go into 10, back to the tank. The tank has a check valve there. This big piece here allows the material to only go into the tank. It cannot drip back out, even if the tank is full. So now we've cleaned that whole plumbing system out with air. Once again, valve 5 you can clean out with air. That goes to your sealing wand. You can take your sealing wand and bring it around the back of the machine. Go up your ladder, pop open your manhole, and clean out the wand, any material that's left in there with the clean air back into your tank. Once this is done, you need to move into the next operation immediately. The next operation is going to be solvent recirculation. We want to recirculate solvent. So as soon as we get everything cleaned out with air, we're going to move on to letter H, solvent recirculation. Valve 1 is off, right? We're not going to bring any material into the system. We're cleaning out now. Valve 2 will be open. Before you do that, you need to close valve 3, which was your previous operation of clean air. Now that you've opened valve 2, it starts bringing solvent from the tank into the strainer basket, starts cleaning out all that stuff, passes down through the strainer basket, into the hose, bottom of the pump, cleans out the pump, Pumps through the top of the pump, into the hose, passes through the pipe, through the main tank. We're pumping solvent, comes back to the rear manifold. Now where do we want to direct it to go? Well, we can clean out our hose wand. Open 5, that's going to allow that solvent to go to the hose wand, but you have to spray it somewhere until it comes out as solvent and not material. Granted, we pumped air through there, but there's still residual material in the line. We recommend a 5-gallon bucket, or taking your hose wand, pop your cam lock open here, stick the wand right down in there until it sprays solvent out. Then you can close off your valve for your sealing wand, which is now full of solvent and soaking. It's going to soak overnight. Moving on, we're going to continue to flush out the manifold. We still got solvent coming in from the front. We've capped it off here. It's not going there anymore. It's going to follow this way. It's not coming out here. This is the discharge. It's going this way. We want to flush out our spray bar as well. So we're going to keep 6 open. Let the solvent come into the spray bar through the hose. It's going to flush everything out. It's going to be recirculating. It's coming back up this hose, coming into the plumbing. Valve 7 is closed. That's the key fob. So it's going to take a left. It's going to come up. It's going to go this way. It's going to go across to 8. Well, we don't want 10 open because we don't want to pump solvent into our tank. So now that it's come across to 8, it's got nowhere to go except, well, here's valve 11 is our solvent return line. That's where we want it to return to. So it takes the solvent and brings it right back to the tank. And this is why it's called solvent recirculation. Pulls it from the tank, circulates it through all of the plumbing, the strainer basket, and wherever you direct it to in the back, and fully recirculates. Now, as that's recirculating, it's cleaning out any sticky material. You've got your key fob still. The recommendation now is to clean out these tips. Well, we don't want to spray solvent onto the ground. We want to keep things green. So the recommended procedure for that is to undo your turnbuckle right here by the pull of the pin. You pull this pin out, and all you have to do is put a bucket underneath this while it's folded down. I'll show you down here on this one how easy it is. We'll pull the pin, pull it out, and then we open the valve. We give it one little spot, one little shot. It lets the solvent come out, any residual material in there. We close it off, and we do that one valve at a time. I recommend doing every valve so that they don't get gummed up on you, and you're guaranteed that this thing is ready to operate the next time you start it up. Solvent recirculation and spray bar clean out.